the national anthem of Kenya.
The Kenyans have partaken in the Hollywood Pets COSAFA Cup before back in 2013. Funny enough, back in Kitwe, they were, they said they participated in the group stages after a draw against Lesotho, a win against Eswatini, and losing to Botswana in the last match. So they are back again to rub shoulders with the best in Southern Africa. Comes no better than Zambia. So we'll look to Ricky Banda out in the attack to come good from a scoring point of view. Watch out for Salam Piri, the Belarus man operating in the heart of midfield from a creative standpoint. We'll have Kalumba between the sticks, of course, and the combination of Chinga as well as Angoluma, crucial in keeping things nice and tight in defensive areas. Well, the two-time defending champions, and well, they've won it more than any other nation, are looking to get off to a good start, being mindful, of course, of the results from early on in the day here, as the two captains step forward, of course, to meet the refereeing team for the toss of the coin. Abubu to lead the Zambians in these troops here. Well, know that it's a really tough group with the likes of Zimbabwe getting a little win earlier on in the day. But for Kenya, it's Omondi between the sticks here. They do have a man who does play club football in Zambia, that being John Ochieng, plays for Zanaco. So he'll know a good few, if not just about all of the Zambian players here from playing against them. Otieno, that being just being Otieno in the defensive midfield areas here. In the creative areas, look to Patrick Otieno as well as Ronnie Onyango in trying to unsettle the Zambians. Now, they don't have the joy of enjoying the Zimbabwean crowd that was out here, and in a full voice a little bit earlier for the Zambian technical team here. It's all about a balance showing to both defensively and on the offensive end. For the words of Shisimbwe, the coach speaking to Max Maponyani before this match got underway, were anything to go by for the Kenyans here. It won't get any easier, of course. Comoros and Zimbabwe lying in wait. After this, they'll look to, of course, cause the big upset. We haven't had a huge one as yet, and that's why Kennedy Otieno, the coach, will be hoping for from a Kenyan point of view. Zimbabwe second in that row of officials you saw just a moment ago, and it's Eastside Zambia that will get this game underway. They will be attacking the goal to the left of your picture. Well, Kenya in the green and white will attack the goal to the right. There is Kenny Otieno, the coach of this Kenyan outfits, to have three players in the starting 11 that play their club football outside of Kenyan football, or Kenyan borders rather, I should say. And Zambia here looking for the perfect early start. So far, it has been a pretty low-scoring tournament with no side scoring more than one goal if they have scored in the three matches we've seen so far. We had one winner in Zimbabwe, the first side to win with two draws yesterday. So Zambian fans here hoping to see their side continue to set records, stretching the record of most wins and obviously picking up the record of first side to win 3 titles in a row. They'll be hoping the side starts off on a good note. Kenyans watching on will be hoping their group of youngsters here do put up a good show and of course do raise an eyebrow by throwing a spanner in the works for the Zambians. Now, good movement out on this near side. It's nicely done on the defensive end and keeping things nice and tight by Omija. Operating in the right back position, Omija. It's another ball down the line then. It'll be interesting from a physical standpoint this game. 2 groups of men here that really have a presence out in that field. So should things get physical, it will make for some interesting watching. So Lesotho, Eswatini, and Botswana, the nations Kenya has faced before in the way of the Hollywood-based COSAFA Cup. I think it is pretty safe to say the heaviest hitters they've faced so far in their history and involvement in the COSAFA Cup will be this Zambian team. They are getting their first few touches, meaningful touches in this encounter. Omija. Anjala operating in the heart of defense alongside Hono. Well, Zambia have had joy and plenty of it in ruling Southern Africa. The Kenyans have had likewise or done likewise in their ruling of the East, and an equal number of cups won by both nations in their respective regions. Monty with the long ball, back on in the middle of the park here, quickly won by the Zambians as they look to explode going forward. That's Kitanin working it out wide to that far side. Good movement of the ball from Piri as he looks for one of the 3 inside that box. The Kenyans needed to get numbers back quickly in dealing with the sharp play from the Red Arrows man. Tieno, it was to concede the throw-in. Chilimina to take it, Zambians getting to the power line and very nearly getting the all-important touch on that near post. So Zambia making their intentions felt nice and early in this encounter as they look for the early momentum. Max Papayani sitting alongside me in commentary here, and this is a positive move from the Zambians from the throw-in.
Yeah, Chipolopolo just wants to make a statement from the early opening minutes of the game, 3 minutes into it, and those are the crucial times of the game. You might have heard when we spoke about the coaches earlier in the first game of this tournament, when they were saying we almost conceded in the early stages. The first and the second minute are very important. You've got to stay focused.
Well, Zambia again, very quick to get numbers forward and in and around that final third. It's Kenya. It's somewhat on the back foot here in the early exchanges. Well, we had nowhere near a full house, but we had a reasonable crowd out on the far side that was very much behind Zimbabwe. Ooh, that was a good ball flag. It in fact stayed down. May have gone up late, but it looked a positive moment for the Zambians for just a second. Fortunately, we have lost that lively crowd that's probably gone off to continue their celebrations with Zimbabwe having picked up the first win of the tournament. Space to turn here and attack with, lovely movement on that far side. A little lucky to keep it moving. Here are the Kenyans. Getting numbers forward now into that final third. It's straight wide on the left side with Okilo and company. Baida and Poland, nicely done in trying to work that ball into the box. Unfortunately, it was too close to Kalumba in the end, but something positive from the Kenyans.
Positive indeed, and the lovely footwork, and this is just what the Kenyans are showing us what they can do. Very strong, hefty players, I might say, because these Kenyans, if you look at them, a lot of them, especially at the back, very lanky guys.
Anguluma of Kabwe Warriors operating in the heart of defense alongside Chinga of Ngama. Now, Zambia looking to force their way forward out to that far side. They do get the decision for the foul. It's turn from Shilimina. This the nice touches on the far side. Good skill in evading not just one but two defenders. Just the final ball unable to pick out one of the three men. Way too close to Kalumba. One thing we haven't been treated to as yet is very many early goals in the early stages of this Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup. Zambia now looking for quite possibly the earliest goal of this tournament. Well, from a long way out, going for goal. No worries then for Amandi. Happy to let that go wide of the mark then. Amandi, well, this distribution isn't bad at all, and Kenya could have a decision here. Could quite be telling here. Is it a penalty? I believe that is the case. Well, closing down right from the front, pressure on Chinga, I believe it is, and in the end he's forced to tag on the shirts, and there isn't trouble, big trouble here. There's Kenya have a chance of an early goal from the spot. Yellow card shown. The Ghana man in trouble, and knowing he was losing the race, then left to tag at the shirt, then to deny Kenya a chance at a one-on-one.
Yeah, this is where you wonder what Chinga was doing here. Ball bounced in front of him, miskicked it, and then pulled the jersey, and that also was the first offense, let alone touching his right foot.
So, from the spot, Kenya with a chance to open the scoring with what will be the earliest goal of this tournament. It's Austin Atieno of Goma here that stands over it. The first penalty of this year's Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup. Atieno against Kalumba. Referee ensuring everyone is where they should be on the perimeter of that box. There's Atieno, sends the keeper the wrong way, and it's Kenya, the invitees, that get off to the flying start here. And well, kept a deserving leads after a great call by the Mauritian referee, then Patrice Malazar, to award them the penalty. Cool as you like, Atieno.
Atieno took it well, but just that foul was very unnecessary, simply because the defender was caught on the wrong side and paid the price. And I'm sure when he looks back, Chinga will say, I could have done better than that. But there, Austin Atieno, picking a spot and emphatically putting it there.
Kalumba guessing the wrong way. Kenya getting off to the right start. Zambia having it all to do here and turning it around. Kenya again winning it back with a chance at quick transitions. Zambia do have men, plenty of them out on that far side to try and deal with the danger. Ball had gone out of play, so Zambian throwing it will be. Well, for the neutrals watching on, let me thinking now game on. With Zambia having to turn things around, it will mean, of course, having to open things up in an effort to try and find an equalizer, which could make things interesting for the Kenyans on the counter-attack. Now, middle of the park then is Ochieng with the early ball forward. There's no problems with the Kenyan defense as Zambia now look for a bit of joy here on this near side. They will get the throw-in as Simba picks up the ball and look to keep the pressure on. Foul for the challenge on Malambia. Ronnie Nyango, the man who is pleading his innocence as that foul was given away. So, Zambia with the dead ball. It's nicely gathered here by Almondi. The aside from the COSAFA region, get off to a flying start in the COSAFA Cup. And as far as the COSAFA Cup out in the East, they are 7-time winners. The Kenyans winning it first back in 1975, a long time ago, then in 81, 82, 83. They didn't win it from 83 until 2002. Then again in 2013 and 2017, not only are they 7-time winners, they are 7 times runners-up in the COSAFA Cup. Last time they came second was back in 2012. Now, got some defending to do here with Zambia winning a set piece in a very good area. They'll be fancying their chances here at a direct route to goal with Simugona. The Zesco man fouled. Quick feet. Deceiving the defender. Three players from Zesco United in this Zambian starting 11. That certainly will present a chance at a quick response in the way of an equalizer for the Zambians. 3 men standing over it. Negotiations very much on. More or less central, so I don't think it will matter much as to whether it's a left or right foot. One could make an argument for a left-footed strike here. Right foot is still do the job. Clearly amongst those standing over it. It's a left foot in the end, deflected. And out for the corner. Chance to see what the Zambians can do from a dead ball situation out wide. Angwanda plays his club football out in Sudan with the opportunity. Pulled in towards that far post as the Zambians are the first and last to get a touch onto it. So Zambia 7-time winners of the COSAFA Cup against Kenya 7-time winners of the COSAFA Cup. Up against the likes of Tanzania out in the East, Uganda as well. But footballing nations will be a few names you'll be familiar with for the most part in as far as the Kenyan football, the likes of Goma here, Tusker of course. Every Kenyan player inside their own half here. And not necessarily closing down right from the front here. It's over that halfway line where they will look to do their defensive business. Danguluma. Chilimina getting alive on the far side. Zambia working nicely out on that right side as they advance in towards that final third. Men in and around the box inviting the early cross. Angled in towards Omondi, who's had a good start to this game.
That was a tantalizing cross. He just needed a foot, outstretched leg, just to redirect it. I'm sure the keeper was just going to have to make a reflex save there.
Nicely done in picking up the pieces from the flick on here from the Kenyans that pull in behind the defense. Just an angle right to keep the momentum going. Cleaning up defensively is Chinga. He's got a lot to do to make up for that error earlier. Firstly, the touch to allow the opponent to get in behind him and then he's giving away the penalty. Also picked up the yellow card, which will add to the pressure. Here's Ngalumba. Zambians are looking to build from the back here. Good movement out and around that final third then. Oh, that's defensively, but the flag up for offside from the far side official. Alex Lumbonjani, the Namibian. No doubt right now, the two sides that were in action earlier on in the day will be watching the action quite closely right now. And those two sides, of course, I speak of Zimbabwe, the winners over Comoros in what was, like we've seen so far in this tournament, a game of two halves. Amundi happy to keep it moving here, calm enough to see the Kenyans playing it out from the back quite impressively, finding some spaces between the lines to move in towards that halfway line. And impressively to find Omija, who slided beyond 1 here and has options towards that far side. He also had the option out wide here, further to the right.
That was a better option because in the box he only had no option except his teammate who was surrounded by 4 orange shirts.
Trying to get it in behind the defense, doing the defending here is Ganguluma under pressure. Tremendous amount of pressure, kept alive impressively. He's still touch to try and evade the defender. In fact, the pressure telling from a Kenyan point of view here. Oh, went towards the far post, ball nowhere near good enough. Zambia, they nearly make a mess of getting it clear, but here they are with a chance at a counter-attack. Men bursting forward over that halfway line. Zambia to go backwards in order to go forward, combining with Chishimba. Now Kapumbu. Again, the Kenyans very quick to organize defensively and take their shape here. And Fostera here on this near side by John Chishimbi of Zesco. Giving away the throw-in. A rather interesting year for the Zambians up to this point, losing out to 1-0 to Tanzania in the qualifiers. They lost to the qualifiers, ball in towards the far post. Oh! They've stuck it in at the Kenyans. Again, lovely work out wide on the right side, and arriving there in the nick of time from the blind side is Patrick Otieno. And Kenya giving us a shock to the system nice and early in this match. Inside 20 minutes, they lead by 2.
Well, that's the Kenyans who are meaning business, and it was always going to be a different ball game. And obviously, with the contrasting style, they're more direct and they're more just persistently going into the box. But isn't it interesting? After Otieno scores, then comes, after Atiano scores, then Otieno scores. So, very interesting.
Lovely pass here to get it in behind that defense. There was still a lot to do. Then quality ball from Otieno and coming in and arriving in the nick of time is Patrick Otieno.
Chilumina is the one that has to be blamed there. He wasn't reacting towards the ball. He thought he had time. And funny enough, Chilumina is the one that really noticed that there was a man just sneaking in front of him, and that man was Otieno.
Well, for those just walking in this scoreline, that will more than raise an eyebrow inside the opening 20. First side to score 2 in this year's Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup are the Kenyans, and we still have a good 70 minutes to go in this match. Numbers out on that far side from a Kenyan point of view. Pressure on that defense as they play it back to Kalumba. He himself is under pressure, but does well enough to go with safety first. Well, we did say on a few occasions yesterday that Kenya could very well be the surprise package in this year's COSAFA Cup, and well, the surprise is what they've given us here in the opening 20 minutes. Those just joining us, Patrick Otieno and Augustine Atieno, the scorers. Good vision, good ball out to the far side, nicely picked up now. Zambia, oh, lovely work. looking to pull one back, ball into the near post, and the connection just wasn't good enough. Banged it into the ground, then making it comfortable for Omondi to pick up. Awanda, the Al Hilal man from Sudan, doing a standing job here. Lovely footwork to get beyond the defender and keep it moving. Kenya's turn to get on the front foot. Well, if there is to be a slight positive from for the Zambians here, it is the fact that there's still plenty of time on the board to turn things around, and if they are able to, what a game we've got on our hands here as they look to find themselves here. Kenya looking for the movement of this near side, and another good ball here as Zambia get into the final third, get numbers in there. Ball towards the far post, sees the Kenyans not taking any chances. Good defensive touch to concede the throw-in right next to the corner flag. Ready. 5 goal attempts here. 3 from a Zambian point of view. Zambia 3 on target, Kenya 2, they've scored 2. 100% return for the Kenyans. Foul for the challenge on Ricky Banda. Drifted over towards this near side, not by separating them in pole position stats here. Challenge from behind on Banda. Omija. Mondi to organize defensively with Zambia. Well, it needs to be the next side to score in this match if there is to be another goal. Keep it cold, and in the end it's gone out for the corner. So, and they will keep the pigmen forward. Yeah, hope for a quality ball for the likes of Banda to turn home. From the training grounds and easily given away. Kenya do have some nice touches on them and are certainly a threat here. With the way they've started this game, smooth as they drive in towards that final third, you can see the intention of the pass to try and pick out the run being made centrally. Patrick Otieno, the man with the attempt at the pass.
Very interesting that we just thought that Kenyans, not thought, it's a fact, that Kenyans run a lot, Ethiopians run a lot, but they can play too. And I'm sure you know the world races are always won by the Kenyans or Ethiopians.
Well, the middle to long distance races, yep. That's where they specialize. Godfrey Okilo, and who had pushed forward after that far side from his left back position. I was saying a little bit earlier, Zambia, of course, they are going tough in as far as the World Cup qualifiers are concerned, losing out to Tanzania 1-0 in the last international. Also, it lost 2-1 to Morocco. As far as Morocco, they'd also faced them in the Africa Cup of Nations earlier on in the year, losing out to them with a 1-0 scoreline after having drawn the previous matches against DR Congo and Zambia in their group. After in Cote d'Ivoire, did have a friendly against Zimbabwe in March that ended with a 2-2 scoreline, went down to penalties. Now, chance here for the Kenyans once again as they look to force the issue going forward. Zambia having to work to deny them a shot at goal and concede the throw-in.
That was good, strong defending and making sure that the Kenyans don't get away with anything. And that's how we should defend. I mean, Kanguluma just stuck his foot out.
Well, Ronnie Onyango was the man looking to force the way forward, big, tough, and physical then. As he brought the very best out of Gangoluma. Now, time in the box here for the Kenyans. Actually done in working it into the box then. It needed a better first touch to keep the pressure on the Zambians. Not allowed to kickstart the counter-attack, but we'll get the decision here on the near side. Onyango guilty of giving away the foul for that late challenge on Ricky Banda. Luma. Approaching the half-hour mark. Zambia. If you are just walking in, yes, trailing Kenya by 2 goals to 0, one from the penalty spots. Now, is that a foul on the far side? The answer is yes for the little nudge from behind on Gangwanda. Patrick Otieno, the goal scorer from earlier on, giving away the foul then. Plays his club football for Buster Rangers. Luma having to work to keep it moving for the Zambians. And the Zambians doing a good job here of playing it through the lines, picking it up on the edge of the box after having lost it momentarily. Good block to deny them, and no chances being taken whatsoever defensively as Kenya concede. It's another corner.
Good play by the Zambians, knocking the ball patiently, knowing that they are 2 goals down, but still having that hope that they can just play their game, penetrate and play the ball between the lines.
For the most part, the men were over towards the far post. The cross that came in was towards the near and easily defended by the Kenyans just a moment ago. Well, Zambia again sending some numbers forward here. With the early ball forward, that needed to be dealt with defensively. The man on the blind side, it's a lovely work, Almeida, to concede yet another corner. They certainly are asking questions over this Kenyan defense and keeping them honest, the Zambians. Another corner they've got, their 4th over this match. Good work. Defensively, the shots. All right, the mark, no worries then for the Kenyans. Well, for Zambia, they were the first winners of the COSAFA Cup back in the 90s, 97 and the 98. As we look back at the shots,
not bad at all. I mean, it's not on target, but what I like is that Chile Luma just hit it low, and that's what you need, because a deflection can just bedevil the keeper. But if it's hit high, then it's a lost ball completely.
Well, the first 2 won the last 2 over the Zambians, 23 and 22. Have to go back to 2021 for their last loss. Tournament against South Africa. Now, foul on that far side, it definitely is.
Opening game doesn't decide anything.
Nope.
We're just hoping we're getting fixed, but it looks like it's the way it all started. Got 45 more minutes, and things on make them 55. French thing.
Yep. Good. In fact, correct myself. The last loss was against Eswatini back in 2021. Then, and before that, they also lost to Lesotho. They 2-1 scoreline. Right here in Tabeja, Thashonga and to pull one back against Lesotho then. Against South Africa in their last group match that year to the Zambians. 30 minutes gone by here. They again in Kabeja find themselves chasing a game. This game against Kenya. Oh, Harry. The Kenyans now leading by 2 goals. They've got the 2-goal cushion. Being disciplined here and keeping shape in the way they've gone about business, trying to what isn't Zambian team. They cut chances over the man. Then is Gangoluma.
Get away with it. Literally a ride on.
Strong tough is Ochieng. They carried that weight quite impressively. Go to ground. So, Atieno, open the scoring from the penalty spots. Looking to create a third for the Kenyans. Ball into that far side, and there's theirs to win. Up in the near foot. They are still eager on more in the way of goals of the Kenyans. As defensively, it is very best here. They're keeping Etienne and company from finding that third. A threat from a dead ball. Good ball in the offside call. Now Zambia with space and numbers pouring into the box from that far side. Must never could arrive. Thanks to work defensively at the expense of a corner. We are eager to get forward and try and pull one back here before the half-time break of the Zambians. Being a tough nut to crack for the time being. One of this is for the Zambians. Well, there's a man struggling inside that box. I think it's Omija who may have taken the knock to the face. Won't need any assistance. Oh, there's the arm across the face then from Kabumbu. Nicely done. Mondi. With all of their success, have certainly given us some names over the years to remember. Shana, the top goal scorer at the COSAFA Cup with 6 goals. Bisuma was 5, the second top goal scorer at the COSAFA Cup. So far with 4, 3 as the likes of Roxy Garambe, Kangwanda, Okirambe, well I should say, and Milanze. And here with more in the way of shots on target, but the Kenyans do have precise shots here at the beating of Kanumba. Good crossfield ball, nicely picked up on the far side, quick. Again, they are to get numbers in the box. Right in the early ball, getting the chance in. And the last touch at the defensive one to take it away from Banda as he was looking to nod it home.
I like the way the Zambians go about with the business. They are 2 goals down, but they still believe, and you can see that belief is from the build-up. They're not rushing things, and they do get 1 or 2 set pieces going their way.
Huh? 6th corner. Six targets. Referee looking to ensure everyone is at their best behavior, whether looking to attack or defend. Yeah, I believe it was who was getting a talking to as they continue to battle for places on the near post, and in the end, the man has gone down then. Anjala. as a country ground suggested there was some foul play. The question is, if there was, did the referee spot it? Well, somebody could have been very naughty then.
He can get away with it now because he is later in the tournament, in the semis and the final.
Once he would have been called to the VAR, then a different card or decision comes out of that.
Well, we get on with them fighting for every inch inside that box. Especially towards the near post, because it really is a battle for places. The in-swinger. Oh, defensive header that was that. They missed the near post from when the corner was taken by far. Keeper didn't have it covered, however. And the corner will be to the Zambians. Oh, chance here for possible shot for PNE, quickly goes down. And yeah, looking to keep the pressure on the time that remains here in this first half, and the quest to pull one back and begin a fight back. Chimba. With the ball into midfield, the referee getting in the way for just a moment ahead of Otieno then. Here he is under a bit of pressure. Then the end of the pressure tackling from a Zambian point of view as they went back and were so quick to get numbers on the edge of the box once again. Needed a better ball to end up that defense, however. Things seriously not going according to plan in the way this has started in the opening 20 for that Zambian bench. Nice touch in the middle of the park to keep it moving. And calm. Some of the Kenyans working hard in defense when they need to, but also not in a hurry. And they to have the ball here as they go route one. Maluma. He is now closing down right from the front. Which is a slight change from what you saw earlier where they would allow the Zambians to pass it around inside their own half. Now they are looking to force the Zambians to go route one as early as possible here. She does. Oh, that's lovely distribution. Great touch as well. Out on that far side. Great ball from Kalumba, the goalkeeper, to and the teammates out on that far side. That being Angwanda. Also the first touch. And it was quite impressive. The defensive end coming from Okilo. The last 5 minutes.
You're talking about last 5 minutes is when that's when I think that credit must be given to the Kenyans. They took their chances, and one of which was just a very bad defensive mistake or decision. And that's also a moment where you look back and say, 2 down. This has never been. So the tournament is starting.
Oh, pressure here. And the decision right on the edge of the box, just outside the box, in favor, I do suspect, of the Kenyans. So nothing going for Ricky Banda and company as they look to force the issue. Banda, chasing just about everything. Wasn't an impressive touch defensively, invited the pressure, crashing into just about everything and trying to make things happen is Banda. Kenya would love to finish this off in the Zambian off of the field here over the next few minutes. To see off the pressure, take that 2-goal cushion into the half-time break. Italy, it will be a huge victory for them. Now, they would ball here, the Zambians. We'll have to work impressively to get this on their own half day too. With some nice touches and, well, back out into the middle of the park, then one by Oshien. And slowing it down for just a moment. Was that a race foot? Yes, the decision going the way of the Zambians for the foul on Ricky Banda. Certainly is involved in a lot of the physical stuff is Banda. Was tripped up, and then there was a dangerously high foot as well. And came in from Ronnie Nyango. Fortunate not to make contact with the head of Ricky Banda then. Kenya able to deal with the set piece and well, they get the throw in as well after that far side. I do believe the decision is there, so good work then by the Kenyans. Patrick Otieno, it is bringing a proper shift on both ends of the field, considering he is one of the goal scorers. Well, the stops out of field with the last few minutes will favor Kenya with the game having little to no rhythm over the last couple of minutes, especially with under 2 going remaining until the end of the first half. Kenya right where they want to be. And to this late stage of the first 45 on the front foot. They've tried that cross-field ball on a number of occasions and they've hit the mark so often. And it's a lovely first touch. Getting to the byline then is Wanda. His first touches have been impressive, especially the last one on the move and able to take it in stride and get to the byline, forcing yet another corner for the Zambians. Can they pull one back before half time? That is the question for the defending champions here. Again, and keeper came. He didn't get there in the end. Zambians looking for another corner, which they will get this time on the near side. Last touch off the defender. Time into the near post, lacking in quality. That's the last corner from a Zambian standpoint. Shima. Kalumba. Only 1 minute. At around to the end of the first half. Again, another one of those long balls looking for Kamwanda. Well, you can tell from their body language they are in a hurry. They want the set piece out on that far side. So quickly the big men move forward here from the right to the left of your picture, those in the orange and black. Kenya having to earn the 2-goal cushion if they are to keep it going into the half-time break here. Could be the last attack over this first half. Forward in. And one back to the near post at the expense of yet another corner for the Zambians. They've had an avalanche of corners here in this first half. They thought they had another, and they will be frustrated with the score. That could very well have been the last attacking play over this first half. Well, the side from the east, rocking. The champions from the south here is Kenya. Come up with 2 goals in the first half and defend well enough here to ensure the 2-goal cushion going into the half-time break. Atieno and Otieno, their goal scorers. Zambia tries and might cut onto the front foot, try to create the openings, get the better of Amondi in your picture. Tries and might, the Kenyans remain stubborn defensively and are impressive so far as the side that scored the most goals in a single match so far, with 45 minutes to go to the COSAFA Cup. It's Zambia 0, Kenya 2 at half-time here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. So, for the Kenyans here, it's all about precision here. Shots on target, 2 goals, 2 here. Zambia have had a good number of corners, 9 of them in that first half. Kenya have dealt with those corners impressively in defending Omondi. They've also created a few moments of the Zambians here, finding the Kenyans stubborn at the end of a half that certainly belongs to the Kenyans.
Joining me is the COSAFA ambassador, Andy Lenyani, and this is the man that has bedeviled our pitches when he was always with Chipa. So I'm sure you're happy to see the action here in your area.
Yeah, it is good, because this is the stadium that I used to play at
also like the Ronaldos, they played at
this stadium. And it's also the chances for the youngsters who are playing now to experience that.
Interesting you say the Ronaldos. So the youngsters, when they saw the Ronaldos, they felt they can. And now they can see players from different parts of the continent playing here. That motivates them too.
Yeah, it does. Also for the community
to watch these players
from other countries, which is we have this COSAFA Cup in our region. It's really good
thing for
And then talking about that, the youngsters, knowing that the schools are closed, that's a big plus, unlike this happening when they're in classes. So they have the whole weekend in particular now tomorrow, where they will be watching more games.
Yeah, that's true, because there will be a game also on Saturday,
which is
Bafana will be playing at Alzego Stadium, which is good for the community to come and watch that game. They can also get their tickets as close to the stadium, which is safe. The earlier they go and get their tickets, the better, because I know it's going to be a full house, because I used to play there at Olsen Stadium. Those people, they love football a lot.
And I'm glad you said Bafana, because they now love them again. So I'm sure that motivates them to say, yeah, they are in action again at home, in our own backyard.
Yeah, it's good. You have to motivate
them, because it's our national team, after the game that they played against Mozambique, which is they played like a good football. I want to see
playing good football also in
Wilson Stadium in front of this community of
You know, often people don't look back with pride. And looking at the COSAFA Cup, it has produced a few quality players that really made big in teams. The Suma being a case in point. I mean, he was spotted right here. So it is having a destiny for most players.
Yeah, it does, because most of the players that are playing here, it's good for them to prepare them for the first team of Bafana,
which is
they can go and play in the African Cup of Nations. This tournament, it's a good tournament for the youngsters. Also, like to show off their talent, that they are ready to play in the bigger cups.
And most of them are 23 or under, and that's also making them feel, well, we can end up playing in South Africa. I'm sure you'll agree with me that 1 or 2 scouts are watching.
Yes. They're watching, because I'm also sitting with other people there on top there. We were checking also, there was maybe 3 or 4 players that are 98, 97. Most of them is 2000, 2003, which is most of the players that are playing here are the youngsters, which is really good. It's really good. They're playing good football.
So you're sitting with some scouts. What names have they rendered around?
I can't say for now.
Just in closing, looking at the tournament, obviously it's day 2. Any impressions that you can share? Good impressions, obviously.
Yeah, I've been watching from yesterday the way that teams are playing here. They playing good football. There's a lot of players that from the PSL team that they can get from this tournament. Even the game that I was watching now, which is Zambia, there's a lot of good players. They just need something maybe from the coaches that to push themselves. Some of them you can see that they're a bit nervous because they're still young and the stage is getting bigger, which is good for them to start from here so that they can prepare themselves to in the first team.
Interesting, you're saying most of them are young, but they can knock the ball around. Even when they are 2 goals down, they're still looking composed and wanting to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yes, because if you can also see Zambia, they are wing backs. The way they're going forward, you can see that they're looking for the goal, which is they know that they can do it, because after they conceded 2 goals, that's where they felt that we under pressure now, we have to win the game, which is in this tournament. We want that competition, want people that they will fight to win this COSAFA Cup.
Talking about we're looking forward to seeing you after this festive break. And when I say festive, obviously for footballers, when the season closes, you go away. And good luck in the new season.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Well, it is half-time right here at Nelson Mandela, and I'm joined by Mark Fish. Fish, yes, we spoke about this beginning of the game, and now we see a strange situation. Kenya 2 up.
Well, I'm not sure about strange, but I did say we pre-warn the teams from the region. COSAFA do come here and tend to want to do well. So for us from the southern regions, we'd think it's a bit of a surprise by Kenya being 2-0 up at half-time. It is still only half-time, Muffa. But yeah, fantastic. The Kenyans have been strong in defence, making sure they get behind the ball, good in attacking play. So thus far, it's been an entertaining half by Kenya, certainly. Zambia, again, they would obviously want to do a little bit better the second half, and what we know, they are good at getting the ball wide, getting into 18 area, and getting their strikers to get onto the ball and head or get goals in the back of the net. But unfortunately, thus far, it hasn't worked for them, and it's been a strong and very competitive 45 minutes for Kenya.
Penalty conceded. I think Chinga was very clumsy and could have just charged because he was ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I've probably done that once or twice myself, Mother. But yes,
he's obviously miscontrolled the ball, and the striker's got ahead of him, and he's pulled him back. And a definite penalty, and obviously
very fortunate not to get a red card.
Yeah,
maybe also because there's no VAR, maybe the referee would have been called to that. But looking at it from the defender's point of view, what do you think he should have done better?
And obviously, unfortunately, he didn't control the ball well. He put himself in that position, or just clear the ball. But again, well-taken penalty, and I would say a deserved lead, because I think that up until then they were defending well and making sure that they were competing well for the ball. And make sure if you put pressure on your opposition, you force them to make errors, you're going to get opportunities like that. And when you get that opportunity, make sure you score them.
Yeah, and Atiano is the man that really took it well, putting it away from the keeper's reach, even if he had gone that way. And that's how you take a penalty.
A confident penalty, and well taken, as I said. Not a surprise thus far that some of us will be surprised that Zambia is losing 2-0, but a convincing performance thus far, as I said, first 45 minutes.
Before we look at the second goal, just looking at the Kenyans in particular up front when they attack. They're strong, they protect the ball, and they've been bullying the Zambians until the Zambians settled.
Not true. Again, when you can... Speaking to one or two of us that are sitting and watching the game, when you can physically compete against a team, then your work rate and your technical ability will come through. And we've seen that in the first half with Kenya. Surprisingly, don't disrespect their technical ability, their passing, their confidence on the ball, but physically competing against Zambia and putting their game off guard makes it a very interesting second half. But again, well done to Kenya thus far for how they've performed and how they've made the game difficult for Zambia to play their natural way of playing.
You're talking about second half. Let's look at the second goal. And that's the second goal that I still believe that the defender again, China could have done better. The ball was just played in front of him. Instead of clearing, there we go again. Sleeping defender, just like you guys sleep all the time.
You guys, are we talking about you guys? Yes, Mafa. But again, I'm going to give the credit to the attacking team. For sure. You've got to know that there's a player coming behind you, make sure clear the ball. But again, I think the Kenyan getting down the wing, the number 16, being able to cross the ball 22, and making sure that they get onto the end of the ball and scoring in the penalty area. So for me, a good attacking play, good pressure put on by Kenyan, forcing the Zambians to make defensive errors.
Also, a lesson to youngsters. And I've picked it up here, and I'm sure you've picked it up too. What happened to the basics of when you're a defender, or even a striker? Look over your shoulder, especially when you're a defender, because once you don't look, you don't know what's coming, stretch your hands, block the opponent. The hands are just dropped all the time.
The hands are dropped, and Mafa, the game has changed a lot since we have played, but certainly being more aware of where you are as a striker and as a defender, making sure that knowing where the players in opposition are. So certainly doing a little bit more better, hopefully in defence. But again, I'm going to give credit to the Kenyan team for the way that they put pressure on the Zambian team, their physicality, the ability on the ball, and getting in behind the Zambian defence, making it difficult for them, and taking the opportunities that have come their way.
You mentioned second half, and I'm putting your head on the block here. Let's look at the second half. Do you think the Zambians, who still, to me, remained composed after conceding, will they bounce back? Because they still have that belief from their play. You can see that.
Certainly, I'm not going to put my head on the block, Mafa, but I'm going to say that we expect the Zambian team to come back and put a lot more pressure and hopefully score 1 or 2 goals to make the game more competitive for them against Kenya.
Okay. Mark, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you throughout the tournament.
Thank you, Mafa.
Thanks.
So the big surprise as we look forward to the second half. Kenya, the side invited from the east of the continent, leading the defending champions with a 2-0 score, and after the first 45 minutes it certainly was interesting from a Kenyan standpoint, forcing the error that led to the penalty converted by Atieno. And a surprise, maybe a few out of the stands. There was one more surprise with a lovely pass from Onyango for Ocean, who set up Atieno for an impressive finish, or Ocean, I should say, for an impressive finish for the second goal. And it's Kenya to ensure that the Zambian flag is not quite flying as high as the Zambians would have hoped at the end of that first half. Certainly, a watchable game of football, entertaining times here, as the Zambians tried to fight back in that first half. 9 corners they had, and they pressed and kept the Kenyan defense nice and honest. For the most part, they were stubborn in that defense. The Kenyans, the first side out of the tunnel, then Zambian fans that have turned out to have received a bit of a shock to the system, as I hope the side will continue in the intentions to try and fight back. First goal of the second half, crucial. If it's the Zambians that get it, we have a game on, and it will make for an interesting second half. Yeah, if it's the Kenyans that get the first goal of the second half, that could very well mean the Zambians get off to a stumbling start in their attempts to extend their record to 8. And with the COSAFA Cup wins, yeah. And in your picture, of course, Tina picked up the yellow card, giving away the penalty. Early on in the game, Pumbu and company have worked hard in the middle of the park here, trying to unsettle the likes of Onyango here. In your picture, the Kenyans, big, strong, physical, able to withstand the physical pressure from the Zambians, and it is the men from the east that will get this game underway. They will attack the ball to the left of your picture with Kenya, Zambia, trying to get it right, attacking the right. But noting, no changes to the starting 11 from both coaches here in the opening exchanges of the second half. Certainly are quick to get numbers forward and around the box. Once they get around the final third, the Zambia is hoping for a foul just outside of the box. That last attack, referee again positioned well to make the call. Did make that an important call for the penalty. Did the referee from Mauritius, Patrice Ilazar. Now, driving forward, and well, no option really but to shoot out number defensively, but Lumba positioned well to deny that what would have been the second of the smash. Good movement from the middle of the park. Then lovely pass to find his son. Did enough to keep that shot on target. And Kenya remain afresh, looking to be the first to score here in the second half. Kamaloma. Well, that's a reminder for the Zambians. As much as they want to get forward and get onto the front foot, they need to stay aware of a Kenyan side that could hit. There's Sigumanda of Zesco. There's a foul. Well, the Kenyans have been impressive with dealing with the aerial balls into the box from 10-12 situations in and around the final third. Want to organize it defensively. The likes of Chinga push forward from defensive positions here for this upstream ball in towards that near post. Again, the Kenyans are able to deal with it at the expense of a corner. Will be the 10th for the Zambians in this match. They really have been disciplined in the defense of the Kenyans, denying the cross on that occasion. So let me know the defenders, just outside of your picture, push up. And the ball is stayed back by the Zambians to hold the offside line. Then now on the turn, it's Zambia with the difficult angle here. They get the first shot in anger. Through Banda. To try and roll the defender. Angle was always going to be a testing one, plus the defender's presence in the next game do not making life easy. Munda. Chilumina. Panguluma. Again, the Zambians looking to go long here through Chinga, looking for the ball to the far side. It's a lovely ball. It's led to another corner, but they've been so spot on with those diagonal balls that the Zambians here have had no problems in conceding corners and are remaining true to the challenge and dealing with a situation such as this. Now time challenge coming in. Corner defended on the near post. So far, it's the Kenyans that won the aerial duels and they are defending. Look at that, 11 corners to 1 for the Zambians. They certainly have tried to keep the pressure on this Kenyan side in trying to pull one back. And Rick this time on the long ball forward again. The Kenyans equal to anything in the air here. Owning the airspace above Port Elizabeth for the time being on the Kenyans. Well, down here, Amecha. And may be winded somewhat. The Tofa man and the ball backing with Banda. In the ending, or the landing, I beg your pardon, is a adding impact onto the ground. Then, landing chest first. The wrist may also be a bit of a problem, but looking as though he will be able to continue. Well, they may be outnumbered, but there's a Kenyan flag out there, so there are some Kenyan supporters out there. Good money is them being outnumbered by those from Zambia. Agoloma. Shimba. Zambia. Looking for Troy on the left side. Again, the Kenyans getting so many 10 behind the ball, then able to deal with the danger that they get the throw-in. Pressure on Nakalumba. They got in the nick of time with the Kenyans looking to force a mistake defensively. Last time the Zambians didn't go all the way. I mentioned it was back in 2021 for 1-3 over the last 4. Hollywood played COSAFA Cup or COSAFA Cups the Zambians. 23, 22, and 2019. They were runners-up in 2018 and 2017. So, finding that in 2021 they really have been there or thereabouts. For the most part, they have been there in being impressive and being the last team standing. Quarterfinalists in 2016, 2015, winning in 2013 and 2006. Runners-up between that time in 2007 as well as 2009. Used to winning Zambian supporters when it comes to the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. Now, there's Otieno, score off the seconds. Hayward with a pass. Yeah. And in Angmana. Obamanda, I should say. Hard it will be for the Al Hilal man here. Second, the Zambian player to go into the referee's book, training Chinga. So changes being made here at Zambia that will make the substitution. So that really, Raiders will be making way. And Wombo coming on in his place. The man coming on, another of the Zesco United players here. In the total of Zesco United players on the field to 4. Paul already at 4 on the edge of the box into the Kenyans, battling hard for the second ball, forcing the throw-in. And Luma forced to go with safety first. About 10 minutes gone by here in the second half as the Zambians again look to go long. Special turn here and a track forward on the near side. Nicely done by Chilimina. Looking for that byline as Banga having to work hard in holding off two defenders. In the end, the Zambians will settle for the throw in here inside the final third. And having to get it moving is Chilimina. Offside. Frustration for the Zambians. Inside official. Stanislaw Plata from Angola.
As you say, frustration is
No, when you think it's a gap and you want to attack it quick, and you realize no, it's not a gap, it's a trap.
and once you occupy that space, then you're offside. And you're trailing, that is even more frustrating.
They have been caught in offside positions or in offside positions on 3 occasions now. Anderson got the ball, stay down here as they get 4 into the box. In need of another good ball, he has to go towards the far post, and well, the save from Amondi. As we've seen from Zambia here in the second half. And down inside the box then. But they did well to get it in behind the defense and stretch them. As they look to pull one back here in the Zambians.
That was a lovely move. And
Just thinking, could it have been played back? Yes, it's the first option. Think of teammates.
or maybe hook it.
With the same left foot, try to put it in the back of the net. And the keeper got injured in the interim because he was really stretched.
Well, the man from Madari FC has for the most part been well protected. He needed to have his wits about it, and then that's a lovely ball over the top. Good take on the move by the new man on the field in Siakombo. There's a coming together between the 2 players, then including the keeper. Nwanda tries to beat on the far post.
But this moment, Sizo is the one that I think Roy of the Rovers could have come into play. Just lie down, just relax a bit and then whip it as you're going down. Could have been one of those crackers, but you have to have the intuition to do that.
Well, you speak Roy of the Rovers, you are making me feel old. Yeah, of course, a cartoon character from back in the day that the football-based cartoon in the very certain race. So a young man back in the 80s reading that.
One of those that was scoring impossible goals. But we love the magazine for those reasons.
Yeah, spent a lot of time in the library reading up on those Roy of the Rovers thing as a 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old.
Nowadays, youngsters don't even know what you're talking about.
What, when I say library?
No.
Kidding. Royal, I guess. So we approach the hour, and the stress for Chisi. Also coach Zambia at under 20 level. The referee here with one telling call early that led to the penalty. Kenya found the back of the net, having a back relief from then. On again here, Zambia trying to rush the Kenyans by closing down from the front. Oh, very good amount of pressure here on the Zambians, forcing them to go long. Got up to the far side, and still the Kenyans through Omita remain resolute defensively in keeping the Zambians at bay. Failed to score in 20 matches. That's 28% of the matches in the COSAFA Cup, the Zambians. I've kept 33 clean sheets today, not one of those days that won't extend it to 34 just yet. Done this one without a win, 3 games thus far in the tournament. The longest unbeaten one is 11 games from 97 to 99. Never lost more than 2 on the trot in the COSAFA Cup here. Committed to the cause. Both been involved in Oceania as the Zambian captain as we reached the hour mark. Zambia again trying to go long and trying to get in behind the defense again. It's Kenya. Let's ensure that Chilamina won't get their time. Okido responsible defensively then. Plays for Gariobangi Sharks out in the Kenya. Well, for the Zambians, the highest scoring match was a 4-2 scoreline against Senegal back in 2022. They made something similar to that here. If they are to turn this match around and walk away with 3 points. That's 4-2 to Zimbabwe in the heaviest defeat. Kenya with a bit of space here on the senior side. Just lost momentum for just a moment as Otieno picks up and has a bit of space once again here on the senior side. Now, once he held back on that occasion, Otieno remaining strong here in his battle against Chinga. And made the decision. Interesting when you look at these two sides, the way things have fared for them in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Impressive. Really hardly put a foot wrong defensively then. And the apart animals, man, unable to get the better of the defender. In fact, committed the foul out to the far side.
Referee Lumponjani, very decisive in all the decisions he made. You can't fault him at all, including the penalty, because often you would think no one gives it this early, but he gave it because it was not even a giving. It was deserving.
Was a bit of a debate during half time with one of our colleagues as to whether the attack on the shirt was inside or just on the line of that box, in giving away the penalty. Kenya now pushing forward. Well, they doing a good job of moving from left to right, holding on to the ball and troubling the Kenyans.
I wonder if you've noticed that when you were talking about the inside and the outside, I chose to stay outside.
Taking it away from the Zambians as they work it all the way back to Monday, looking for the flick on. Exactly in the middle of the park by Rwanda. Good work, pretty shown here by Otieno, who took a slight hit from Chilimina. Free kick will be to the Kenyans.
Otieno got it first, and that's when Chilimina, just with the trailing foot, caught him on the shin. But interesting enough is that Zambia is still looking good, looking like they would score, even though you realize that the Kenyans are more organized when it comes to the wings at the central, and making it impossible for the Zambians to exactly know where they want to really capitalize. You know, sometimes you will say, let's play the little 1-2s. There are pockets there, but they don't allow those pockets too.
They have worked extremely hard as a unit here. And the Kenyans have got the set piece. Again, they'll push the big men forward. They've dominated defensively in the aerial duels. Yeah, they'll look to win this offensive duel to extend their lead to 3. Yeah! Oh, good save! Beautiful ball, then beautifully attacked as well. And Aganumba. It was then who denied Otieno, I do believe it was. So close to goal number 3 for Kenya. And a God show here.
Lovely set pieces, and that's the moment when you think Otieno has got it. It's in the back of the net, and it wasn't to be. But then here's Onyango getting a yellow. Oh, this is for that. He just went for the man. So, the sub was just going for it. And he just thought, I'm going to stop him.
There's that opportunity once again. Passing header from Otieno looking for the brace then. Another reminder for Zambia that whilst they go in search of a comeback, they could get hurt, squad in, and it's Banda who loses out to him on the injury as well. Hit that at his highest point.
Wasn't that a lovely set piece because of the running, the whole idea? It was just one well-worked out set piece. Cherry on top would have been in the back of the net.
What a story that would be. What a story it remains here with the scoreline at 2-0 in favor of Kenya. Making statements on the men from the east. Can be sure other nations involved in the Hollywood-based COSAFA Cup are watching on now, and if they didn't consider Kenya a threat, they may have to rethink things here. Evidently, Comoros and Zimbabwe watching on and seeing a good Zambian side here being kept honest by a good Kenyan side.
Otieno ran his socks off, and that's why he's got a hamstring. Not even a hamstring, it's a calf muscle, and it slowed him down. We've seen a lot of Sash though. Is it because of the cold weather? Could be also.
The Tusker FC man will be stretched off momentarily. Now, for Zambia, and as far as the 26 World Cup qualifiers here, those will be a distant memory for the time being. They'll be worried about the Kenyan flag that's flying higher than it is for the Italian game.
Everybody loves the winner.
And in a Zimbabwean top, he's holding the Kenyan flag.
Well, you can understand why. As a Zimbabwean, he'll want Kenya to beat Zambia, maybe seeing Zambia as the bigger threat in the group.
That too. But who
Wants to carry a flag of anyone who has
lost?
Billy, come on here. And it's Albert, the one that will make way. Plays for Manchester United as Andrew Gilly, a player from Comoros yesterday, maybe just right, called Maestro on the field as well. A player for Manchester United coming on. Again, quite a name for a football club or a footballer, Maestro. Just raises expectations. Zambia was the best place out on the far side to exploit it. They 5 minutes at the final third, finding a yard to work it into the edge of the box. Again, Kenya with good numbers back defensively. They have worked so hard for one another as the referee allows play to continue after what looked a late challenge. 20 minutes or just over that remaining on the clock here. Zambia in desperate need of 2 goals. Otieno, good movement centrally here. The Zambia defense tested, and in the end, good work by Kangoloma. Showing good pace and a sensible brain and playing it back to Gulumba. Battle run in the middle of the park. Oshien was at a very good game in the middle of the park here, battling Zambia. Of course, he won the fairly. Did Oshien. Look at one wash. Extra still on. Could be a chance here for the Zambians. Back for another good defensive touch. We'll see yet another corner. Zambia have had plenty of leads. God just joining us over Kenya, but Kenya have been great at the organization defensively. Also been great in the air defensively of the Kenyans, I should say. Top corner for Zambia. Just the one for Kenya so far. For Kenya, they are in group F of the qualifiers with likes of Cote d'Ivoire, Gabon, Burundi, Gambia, and Seychelles. Currently 4th, having won 1 match, drawn 2, and lost 1. Looking to a few youngsters here that may beef up their squad as we look back at the earlier chance for the Zambians. Well, just wouldn't come down in time, allowing the defender enough time to get the ball clear. And well-timed challenge, this time from Okilo, as Kenya remain honest defensively. Here they are looking for goal number 3. That pass just out of reach then for Otieno on that near post. Limina. Kenya keeping the pressure on. Again, that's good moment for Kenyans once again, keeping that defense stretched and hard at work and denying them the third. This time is Chinga with an important touch to concede the corner. That first ball across the face of goal. They weren't done as they got in behind the defense again.
Isn't it interesting that this has always been topical of just knowing who's behind you? When you're a defender, you just go further back and then make sure that you keep the defender, the striker at bay.
I mean, the header then from the corner went right on the mark here. So Kenya always reminding Zambia that they have it in them to score a third, creating the good moments of menace here. That's in defense.
What makes Zambia not to concede the third, though, is that as they attack, they are very aware of the defense too. So the red card is always guarded.
Now, Zambia's turn. Again, numbers pulling into the box. The end of a shot is deflected under the corner. Bodies on the line here. They have worked extremely hard for one another. But the Kenyans and Harry of Zambia. They score now. It'll make for an interesting last 15 or so minutes. 13th corner. Again, good defending on the near post from the Kenyans. Chance now for a possible counter-attack. Atieno, the furthest forward for the Kenyans, closely washed in, and that was a responsible piece of play by Simbanda. Harry and Sambamba. So keep an eye next up for the Kenyans on the 30th marker. A take with Comoros. And what will be another interesting match is what we saw from Comoros today. They by no means any slouches in this tournament, even though they lost to Zimbabwe. Doesn't get any easier for Zambia, does it? They have a taste with Zimbabwe up next. Those matches at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium. Combo. Seems a long time ago now when Kenya made that mistake that led to the penalty early on in the game, and gave the Kenyans the lead.
After scoring those two quick goals, that Kenya, I just thought, wow, they will score a goal for every distance. 4 hours fight, 4-0, and they just stuck on 2. Because they've come a long way of all the teams here. But it is worth the trip, if you look back. It's 4 hours of worth the trip.
Well, the coach was speaking to you before this game got underway. Pretty much put forward the mission statement. Young players here, other than under 23s, that are looking to beef up their senior squad. And the way they've gone about business here should impress a good few Kenyans.
By the way, they're here because Malawi couldn't accept the invite. And so Kenya came in as wildcards.
Of course, with Malawi also comes their fans, so we're missing them in this year's tournament. They're just as vibrant as the Zimbabwean fans we saw earlier. And free kick against the Zambians. In such a hurry, they are recouping the ball here for the Kenyans to get the ball started as quickly as possible. Offside.
You know, when the going gets tough and you are a goal or two down and time is ticking, even your coach becomes a ball boy. Everyone becomes a ball boy. No, ball retriever, as they call it. Everyone retrieves the ball.
Under 15. Keep in mind, we look forward to Group C action tomorrow with the likes of Angola, Namibia, Lesotho, and Seychelles involved in the group. We'll be back at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium tomorrow for Lesotho, Seychelles early on. Lesotho come up with a few surprise results in recent times here. And certainly amongst the surprises in Durban last year, we'll look for a good start against Seychelles. Zambia getting into the final third. Again, kicks off at 3 o'clock. Keep lines. Later on in the day. There's Angola against Namibia. Again, right there at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, kicking off. It's at 6 o'clock in the evening now. Defensive, oh, good save! Could be another chance here for the Zambians. But numbers back. No penalty, says the referee. Zambia with the pressure on still. Goes backwards. They are all behind the ball. That shot from range won't trouble Omondi, who impressed with the save in. And continues to frustrate the Zambians here.
Mondi made two great saves. This plus the one that was struck from range in the first half. And that, to me, were just those two outstanding. And they could have brought the Zambians back into the game.
Was well positioned to make the save this time around on Monday. And the FC man playing his part here. Under 12 minutes remaining on the clock.
In the first few games that we've seen in this tournament, we have to admit that we haven't seen sloshes of goalkeepers. They've been outstanding. Yeah. Outstanding from the first game.
First game, of course, the man of the match was a goalkeeper. At the 50 James of Botswana, you remember the saves he made in the first half against Eswatini. The kept Botswana ended really. They could have been 3 or 4 down in the first half. End up with a draw.
That was a nice improvisation by the defender. Facing the keeper, just use the knee to pass that ball. It's quicker. Especially when there's someone pressurizing you.
Amaloma. Just over 10 minutes remaining on the board now. Someone will begin to feel the writing on the wall for the Zambian team. Makes things interesting. Of course, if they are to go on to lose, and again I stress if, it by no means rules them out of a possible qualifying spot. The Zambians, keep in mind the top teams do go on through, including the best second place team.
Still true analysis where we know for a fact that nowadays there's been sort of a glaring reality that if you lose your first game of any tournament, you can go on to win it. It happened right here in South Africa.
That's Spain. Argentina, most recently. Now we're talking on the biggest stage of them all. Well, the Zambians, one of 2 nations to have been crowned African champions in Southern Africa. They, of course, will feel they are good enough and should be amongst the nations to, of course, represent Africa at the world's biggest stage. It hasn't been the case for them as yet. From the east, we've got the likes of Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda that have made their presence felt throughout the continent, along the international stage, but also in the tough football in the way of the CAF competitions. Nicely done on the far side for just a moment for the Kenyans before the Zambians got involved. Otieno is with the turn, yes, the ball runs away from him. Strength needed here by Chinga. Tackling hard against Otieno, 2 big men involved in a real tussle on the near side. How's this? Neither willing to give him an inch.
Battle of the strongest.
Momo will come on for December. And Timbo is going to come on here. Last of the dice, quite possibly for the Zambians later in the day.
don't think the coach is looking forward to who will change the fortunes, but also saying this is a capable player. Let me give him a run. I will need him in the next game.
Strength needed to keep the ball moving. They really are competing well, these two sides. A very good game of football. This has been an enjoyable game to watch, of course. Chinga looking to go down the line, and then again the Kenyans having been there to deal with the movements here. Going into that final third. Mentioned the physicality, 2 men down, one of them is Chilimina. The other is an attack-minded man in Patrick Otieno, being responsible defensively. That's what's been outstanding about this Kenyan side.
Very solid at the back and also organized up front. So that's what has seen them through. Because once you can take your chances and solid at the back, since half of their problems are solved. Because even if in the middle you can be lacking, but you solid and attack, then you're there.
That is where they are now.
So the shield on the front of their jersey says it all. You bring them on, we will make sure that we protect it.
Oh, the goals here. First from the penalty spots after the foul by Chinga, the secondary superbly created and finished goal here by the Kenyans. Otieno with the assist. Otieno with the finish with the ball to break down the defense, originally coming from Manyango for Otieno to get in behind the defense and get the assist. Now there's one Zambian flag that still believes the cause is not lost in the overall picture. Has faith as the young man. Under 5 minutes remaining on the clock. If Zambia can find one, it will make for a very interesting closing here. And a nervy closing for the Kenyans. Kenya, of course, will be watching on as Lesotho take on 6 shots in Group C along with the Zambians. Now they are showing their frustration here. Nakabumbu needs to be careful, picks up the yellow card, but it's been that sort of evening for the Zambians. They've worked extremely hard. They're trying to turn the tide here, finding the going tough. For the foul and against, for the challenge against Otieno. Body language encouraging that yellow card. Sportsmanship shown by Sengomo. Can the Kenyans make it 3? That's the question now. Well, if Anoma has anything to do with it. Anoma. Based in the middle of the park here for Anda. The ball, lovely ball here. There's a combo. Finds himself in an offside position. Now, Zambia looking to try forward here and maybe put some respectability on the ball if that level matters. So, they matching their hands to try and pull one back. Mandela plays out in Spain for gymnastic Araguana. Operating in the heart of the defense alongside Ahono. Well, they won't be in a hurry now, the Kenyans, to get the game restarted. They'll take their time as long as they can, hoping to secure the clean sheet and perfect start as visitors here. Many of you will remember in the COSAFA Women's Championships a few years ago, Tanzania coming through as the guests from the East, walking away winners at the end of it all. That's what these Kenyans men's team will look to do. Mundi picking up the card. Kindly stick. Still working hard in trying to close down right from the front. That is showing challenge in the whistle going here, and I do believe it's a Zambian that may very well pick up the yellow card. And certainly, if they start showing challenges, maybe a second yellow for Kabumbu, who will walk the captain. Remember, he picked up the yellow card then for his body language and responding to the referee some, 5 minutes ago. He's now on the ground knowing he's in trouble for that challenge. His frustration may be getting the better of him late in this match. And the referee from Mauritius patiently waiting for him to turn over and see his destiny, which will be the change room. Patrice Gazar, yet another big decision. He made it early. And early on, it was the penalty for Kenya. Now is the second yellow that lies in wait for the Zambian captain. I'll argue on the money with both decisions here. It looked a nasty challenge. Definitely starts showing as he flew in. There you go. Against the Ochieng. And possibly knowing he's in trouble. Continues to react in the way he did following that challenge. No changing the referee's mind here. Looks as though Zambia will be down to 10 in the next few moments. The Lesotho Seychelles get the action started at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium and the Group C underway. That'll be tomorrow. Stretcher coming on. Has the card been put away? That's the question now. Well, of the 3 minutes to be added on to the 90, both of them have been eaten up by this one incident. He's reaching for the card again. Maybe right hand in the pockets. And all of us wait to see what will happen in the next few moments. There you go, cards out again. Now, he does have Kabumbu facing up. And wants to make sure he sees what's coming his way here as he tries to get his attention, does he? There you have it, second yellow, meaning red for the Zambian captain at body language, and that action a little bit earlier, and showing his frustration, leading to this moment. And well, he's a little bit irresponsible when you look back at this. Now, his reaction. There you go, descent. Almost got chest to chest with the referee, throws an arm in him. Yellow card. 5 minutes later, late on a challenge on Ochieng, and a second yellow. Discipline. With that first challenge leading to this moment here. The second yellow and subsequent red card. 10 on the field for the Zambians. The writing very much on the wall now. But the 3 minutes of time added on play here. And it's on play to the Kenyans the way they started. There's the 2024 Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for the Zambians. There you have it. The upsets of the tournament thus far. Kenya with a good start, winning a penalty early. And Atieno, the man that converted, then Atieno giving them the 2-goal cushion early in the first half. And Kenya has to do defensively and disciplined with their display here. Bondi don't need to pick up a yellow card from their side for time wasting late in the game. For the Zambians, well, Akumbu picking up 2 yellow cards. Chino gave away the penalty early on in the game, also picking up a yellow card. A couple of mistakes then that blew tally at the end of the day here for this Zambian squad. But take a hat off to the side invited from the east here that's coming and shifting up in the south, beating the Zambians. And while it's Kenya that walk away 2 winners here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Now for Zambia, 13 corners. Just as you know, Kenya in a ball position, it's just about even in that regard to show you just how well Kenya played. Competitive game of football, also very physical at times, with the goal attempts and shots in favor of the Zambians. The Kenyans, though, weren't too far behind and still got 4 on target, coming close to extending the lead to 3-0 in that second half on a few occasions. It's an impressive start to the tournament here for the Kenyans. As it stands, Kenya up the group here ahead of Zimbabwe, who marked their return to the Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup with a win over Comoros earlier on in the day. So the 2 winners on the day, the first 2 winners of this year's tournament, Dr. Troll's in Group A. It's interesting in the way they shape up early here for Group B with the defending champions, bottom of the group at the end of the first round of matches. Box.
What man of the match, Mandila Solwande has got the trophy for man of the match, and that's Otieno. Please do the honors. Thank you very much. And talking about the game, what a tough game. You got the goals early.
Yeah, we got the goals early. That's made us have an advantage in the match.
And talking about that advantage, it got to be tougher and tougher, especially in the second half when they wanted to get back.
Yes, but the motivation from the bench gave us some good energy to continue to push the game. So that gave us power, and we continued very well.
I like the way you attacked that cross, putting it in the back of the net. You realized that the defenders' eyes were on the ball.
Yeah, for me, my target was scoring. So when I saw the chance, I just had to put it in.
Congratulations as you make your way out, and I'll be joined by Coach